It's time for today's travel and cruise industry news. With the latest from travel and cruises around the world, here's your host, Chillie Falls.
Hey, good morning and welcome to the Travel and Cruise Industry Podcast. On this, the fourth day of April 2025, I have had all kinds of technical issues today, so I'm just hoping that I'm on the air as I'm supposed to. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. All right, so welcome to today's show. Of course, it's brought to you by Will U.S., the owner of Scoot Around, and by Chillie's Cruises. We got a bunch of stories today, folks. The lead story is the Kenya gang controversy. Also today, we're going to talk about an overnight in New Orleans during the Mardi Gras, a Lego record, 35-foot waves, noise standards for Supersonic, Discovery Princess snaps on, a new terminal in Barcelona, Harmony of the Seas, Mrs. Costa, and a U.S. tourist arrested at the Kobe cruise terminal. That and lots more here at 11 o'clock this morning. Today, guys, is National Chicken Cordon Bleu Day. I can deal with that. I might get lucky and have cordon bleu on the menu tonight in the Manhattan Room, which is where we're going for dinner tonight. Last night we went to Cagney's. It was yummy. This day in history, folks, an important day. In 1789, the first Congress begins their regular session. Interestingly enough, 11 members of that first Congress are still serving today. If you're a podcast person, you can always access the podcast via my blog, which is accessadventure.net, or wherever you get your podcast from. Just search for Travel and Cruise Industry News, and up pops the fat guy. So, of course, we are still in the middle of the ocean, doing full speed, 21 to 22 knots. Of course, there's a couple low pressure systems that are merging out here. We're supposedly going south of it, but it's still been a little, not rough, but choppy, where if you're walking across the room, you might sway a little bit. So, and not the smoothest sailing. Of course, we knew that. And of course, everybody is still fussing about missing Fun Chow. I'm disappointed that not going to Fun Chow too. But it's, it happens. It's weather caused it. So we'll just hope we get the rest of the ports in without any difficulties. I mentioned, folks, that I had technical problems this morning. They've been just driving me ding dong crazy, but hopefully everything's back together and working, which would be a bit of a surprise. I also had several things in the process of downloading, clips that I've done on the ship. They've not made it up yet. I don't know if it's wonky Wi-Fi or if it's my system. I don't know. So we're going to go ahead with the show as normal. The cruise itself, once we got started, has been fine. Last night, Gary, older than dirt, of course, and Kenneth and Robin Yep, I'm back. I hope I didn't go through to you guys, but I was off there for a couple seconds. Anyway, in Cagney's, you get 3 shrimp, but they're huge. I mean, they're like that big. So I don't order 2 of those. I know, the smaller shrimp I order 2. But with those, they're huge. I mean, they're humongous. I've never eaten shrimp as big as those anywhere as Cagney's has. Of course, that was yummy. Then I had the lobster bisque, which I love that. And I had a fillet. I did cheat and have cream brulee for dessert. I've been on a partial diet because of my blood sugar. I'm not eating or eating very little breads, no potatoes, no pasta, no rice, or in extremely limited quantities. So, and no sugars, of course. Okay, I cheated last night at Cagney's and added dessert. But I didn't have any potatoes. Like instead of having a potato with my steak, I had veggies. Well, that was fine for me. You know, I like veggies. I had mushrooms and I had broccoli. So, I stayed pretty well within the bounds of what the doctor wants me to do to try to get the blood sugar back to normal. Anyway, that was last night. Tonight we're going back to the Manhattan room, and then Saturday night I think we're going back to Cagney's again. I may change up on the menu and do something different. Maybe. I don't know. That flies awful good. All right. So I've not done the pop-ups as much as I had hoped I would. I'll try to get those going again. It's been a bit of a turmoil, trying to get some of my work done and caught up, and I just probably haven't managed my time as well as I need to. But I'll try to do better with that. As far as the shows go, I'll be back Monday like normal. I'm not going to change the shows just because we're in port or anything. I don't think on this one. The timing is so much different. It's 11 o'clock at home. It's 2 o'clock right now, and we got to change clocks again tonight. So I think total before we end up, there's going to be a 6-hour time difference, which will take in the ports through the Mediterranean. So we'll see. I do send out my thoughts to Don and Don's family vacations. Listen to his show talking about the issues he's got and surgery coming up and so forth. Of course, Don and I have talked about being survivors together before. My thoughts are with Don with his upcoming surgeries and treatments, and I hope all that comes out well. So, all right, I'll be back and get started with the news, folks, after a quick break from one of those fine network sponsors. Okay, guys, we're going to start out today with the controversy that has broiled up in Kenya. Not that I know a whole lot about Kenya, however, it does fit in what we do here. Cruise ship passengers were robbed by a gang of 50 youths while visiting the first port stop on their cruise in Mombasa, Kenya. Passengers on the Crystal Symphony were robbed of valuables by 50 youths, leading to the cancellation of the port visits that day. The attack occurred at Pimby's Nude View on Moy Avenue, an area frequently visited by tourists. Thankfully, no cruise ship passengers were injured during the robbery. This was the final cruise ship call for this season at the port of Mombasa. Following the shocking news that the group of gangs attacked cruise passengers during a cruise call in Mombasa, officials have issued an angry press statement. Yesterday, the Kenyan Coast Tourism Association, the Kenya Association of Hotel Keepers and Caterers, and the Kenya Association of Tour Operators held a joint press conference. Together, they denounced widely circulated coverage saying it was sensationalized by the media. Instead of numerous thefts from a large group of gangs, the group said it was two street boys who stole one passenger's cell phone. Here's what I find troubling. Victor Shikaka, chairman of the KCTA, said the news reports damage Kenya's reputation and can have negative effects on the nation's tourism. Well, I can understand that. But right after that, Mombasa County Commissioner Mohammed Noor said arrests, plural folks, arrests have been made, and that police are in the process of finding other suspects. If it was only two people stealing one cell phone and multiple arrests have been made, who else are they looking for? I'm just not sure which story is the truth of this situation in Mombasa, Kenya. Margaritaville at Sea has announced new cruises in 2027, including Islander's first ever 8-day cruises to the Caribbean and an itinerary that will overnight in New Orleans during the Mardi Gras. The new cruises, an 8-night Mardi Gras overnight plus Mexico, 8-night Jamaica and Western Caribbean, a 7-night Key West and Mexico, 5-night Bahamas duo, and a 5-night Key West and Grand Bahamas. So, some nice changes from Margaritaville at Sea Islander. The new itineraries are now open for bookings. They're currently 50% off and kids cruise free through April the 30th of 2025.
We have the equipment you need to stay mobile. Whether you need a wheelchair, scooter, power chair, rollator, oxygen, or we have the equipment you need to stay mobile. Whether you need a wheelchair, scooter, power chair, rollator, oxygen, or other pieces of mobility equipment, Scoot-Around powered by Will can help. Once you've booked your rental, we can deliver it to wherever you need. For your mobility needs, contact me or call Scoot-Around at 888-441-7575. Use SRN 11137 for the best rates.
Did you know that there are approximately 6,000 Did you know that there are approximately 6,670 world records that include Legos? Who would have known that? And MSC Cruises just became one of those record holders by assembling the longest line of Lego ships ever recorded. While underway from St. Nazaire, France to Miami, the crew on the all-new MSC World America set the world's first world record and on the cruise line's 40th. In total, 1,391 Lego ships were constructed and connected, making a line spanning 291 feet, almost as long as a football field. Congratulations to the World America, I guess. Travel blogger Leslie Ann Murphy has shared phenomenal video of the Drake Shake, ridiculous tumultuous waves she experienced on the most recent sailing of Quark Expeditions Ocean Explorer. Murphy's video is not for the faint of heart or the easily seasick. Cruise passengers are shown bracing themselves, staggering across quarters, and even sliding across the deck as the ship pitched and rolled. Murphy colorfully describes the experience as a 48-hour roller coaster. She notes that guests were asked to stay in their cabins up for the entire afternoon while the ship traversed the frequently treacherous passage with an estimated 35-foot wave. The International Civil Aviation Organization recently adopted new global noise standards for supersonic aircraft, a significant milestone in the return of supersonic travel. Committee on Aviation Environmental Protection, which includes 33 member countries, recommended new takeoff and landing noise standards that take into account advanced noise reduction technology and procedures. Ultimately, the standards will ensure that people on the ground aren't disturbed by noise from the new overture. Discover Paradise. 4th night free and up to $750 resort credit. Are you looking for a family-friendly vacation? Look no further. Atlantis Paradise Island, a lush oceanside resort located on Paradise Island in the Bahamas, is a dynamic destination offering an array of family-friendly experiences, exciting new partnerships, and unmatched entertainment. Explore endless fun at Atlantis from 5 miles of white sand beaches and crystal blue water, Aquaventure Water Park, innovative cuisine, the dynamic experiences for everyone. Atlantis has 5 unique lodging options: the multi-generational family fun ambiance of the Coral, the iconic new renovated towers of the Royal, waterside villas and harborside resort, all-suite luxury accommodations at the Cove, and family-friendly residential style living at the Reef. Pick the one that fits you the best. Start your vacation countdown now. Discover Paradise, 4th night free and up to $750 resort credit at the Atlantis Paradise Island. Just give me a call, 434-258-9264. A new cruise terminal opened in Barcelona that will be used by MSC Cruises and their sister cruise line, Explorer Journeys. Explorer 2 was the first ship to use the new terminal. It will be followed by MSC World Europa, MSC Seaview, MSC Seaside, MSC Magnifica, and MSC Orchestra from now through the end of the summer. Royal Caribbean's Harmony of the Seas had to cancel Costa yesterday due to weather conditions. When the vessel was only 300 feet off the coast, guests were notified that the ship would be unable to dock and would be heading back out to sea. The ultra-luxury residential cruise brand Crescent Seas, newly introduced to the industry just a couple weeks ago, already is expanding the scope of its business by announcing it will add a second ship to its operations. Oceania Cruises' 700-guest Insignia will join the Crescent Seas fleet in late 2027 following an extravagant $50 million renovation. Once completed, the ship will offer 290 luxury residences costing between $650,000 and $10 million apiece. Crescent Seas announced in early March that it would begin operating Regent Seven Seas Navigator in December 2026. Like Insignia, the 490-guest Seven Seas Navigator will undergo a $50 million upgrade and offer 210 residences at price ranging from $750,000 to $8 million apiece. Wow. Can I have 2? A 73-year-old tourist was arrested at Kobe Port Terminal in Japan after reporting a handgun in his luggage while preparing to board a cruise ship. Authorities suspect that he passed through security at 2 airports undetected with the firearm before arriving at the port. After arriving in Japan, the tourist checked into a hotel in Osaka. The following morning, while organizing his luggage, he discovered he had unintentionally packed a revolver for self-defense. Instead of reporting it, he took a bus 70 kilometers to Kobe Port Terminal. Upon arrival at the terminal, he discarded 3 bullets in a restroom trash can before boarding the cruise ship. Shortly afterward, he informed the security about the gun, leading port officials to contact the police. Officers found the revolver inside a pouch in a suitcase and arrested him for violating Japan's strict firearm and sword possession control law. The tourist's explanation, according to police, the man claimed he had packed the firearm by mistake and only realized it once in Japan. Concerned about stricter penalties for possessing both a gun and ammunition, he allegedly disposed the bullets before notifying authorities. Japan has some of the most stringent gun laws with severe consequences for unauthorized firearm possession. The tourist now faces legal action as the investigation continues. I'm sorry, folks. This is just another damn dumb American. Design your ideal Mississippi River cruise experience when you cruise the heartland. American Cruise Line offers guests a variety of well-crafted itineraries that explore the Mississippi River and its tributaries. Whether you like to cruise the entire Mississippi, a portion of the legendary river, or even one of its tributaries, we have the perfect cruise just for you. Call me at 434-258-9264 to plan your perfect journey along the legendary Mississippi River and its tributaries. And remember, small ship cruising done perfectly by American Cruise Line. All right, that puts an end to the news portion of today's show. Sorry about the technical breaks in between. It just wonky Wi-Fi today. You're out in the middle of the ocean. So my apologies for the couple times it broke up. Obviously, there wasn't anything I could do about that. All right, let's jump over and see who's in the chat room. Welcome here. Sandra Mila says hello. There's Hot Air Tom. He's sitting right over there, as a matter of fact. Mike is with us over on the other side of the pond. There's Joanne. Hi, Joanne. There's Steve out in Kentucky. Mike says good morning to everybody. Joanne says, so it's nautical on the ship? I'm not sure what the question means. I mean, we're out in the middle of the ocean. We got funky Wi-Fi today. All right, there's Gretchen. She's out in Ohio. There's Bob. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Bob. There's Sonny down in Mississippi. He's telling everybody to hit the thumbs up. Thank you, Sonny. I do appreciate that. There's Robin's with us. Good morning, everyone from the basketball court. They're covering this ship completely. That's great, Robin. Sonny says, hit those baskets. Amir Ilusau, or however you say that. Robin says, doing my best. I got a few already. Here's another X. person. Mavis Wansik 122 says hello. Yes, I know, Mavis. It's actually decent out. The sun feels good. Very nice. It's been cold. I hope it's warmed up some. I haven't been outside today. It was when I went to breakfast this morning, the hallways and all still felt cold. There's Katie says, good morning to everybody. And Roger down in Jacksonville, home alone, missing the grand dog. That's too bad. And Todd's with us, says good morning to everyone. All right, thanks to you guys for being with us. Again, despite the issues that we had that were beyond our control, everybody's having a good time. So I will say this. I've been meeting Gary, older than dirt, at night after dinner at the Martini bar. I mean, Gary doesn't have martinis, but they do his vodka and tonic or whatever it is he gets on the rocks in a tall glass with the lime, I think it is, or vodka and soda, vodka and something. And I've been getting chocolate martinis, and they're yummy. So I did have several of the staff guys sending messages. I'll have them on Monday. If any of you are checking in, guys, I didn't, with the issues I've had getting the show up, I didn't have time to get them downloaded and loaded. I won't waste them. They'll be used. You'll be on the show next time. Could be sometime this weekend if I do a show this weekend. Okay, you never know with me. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for today. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you being here. And please stay safe, stay healthy, think about cruising, and hopefully one day soon we'll all get together on the high seas. Have a great Friday, everybody, and a wonderful weekend. I'll probably see you sometime this weekend. If not, back here on Monday. Have a great time, and I'll see you next time.
I regularly post videos on all facets of the travel and cruise industry. So if you like to keep up with the latest in cruise ships, ports of call, cruises themselves, Chillie chats, and travel and cruise industry news, just hit the little subscribe button in the lower right-hand corner, hit the bell notification so you'll be notified when a new video is up or we go live. This video was produced by Chilliescruises.